The TV year has wrapped. All TVs have been released, all firmware updates done, all TVs are in their final form from all major manufacturers. There was just one model, or I should say two models, we were waiting for release. And unfortunately, I've just been informed that it's been canceled for 2022.
I've seen things people wouldn't believe.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am Brian. This is Tech Therapy. I have some bad news for you guys, some bad news to report. It is a good news, bad news scenario, but bad news for any of you waiting for the brand new 2022 mini LED LG Qned lineup for the 90 and 99. That would be the flagship 4K and the 8K version of the Qned mini LED. That lineup has been canceled for 2022. My source for this is Mr. Robert Zone of Value Electronics, who is a prestigious pinnacle dealer of LG, works very closely with them, and I've been bugging Robert for the last few months to get my hands on the 90 and 99. We're waiting for that panel to release, and he has reported to me that it has been canceled for 2022. Now, why it's been canceled is anyone's guess, and we'll speculate a little bit in this video, and you can speculate in the comments as well to why this launch has been canceled. The Qned 90 and the Qned 99. Again, that is their mini LED flagship. 4K flagship would be the 90. The 99 is the 8K. Now, the good news is the 85 is still released and still out there. And that is an upgraded panel from last year, upgraded panel and processor, as the 85 last year was full array, not mini LED. So we will get into speculation in a moment. Now, I've been bugging Mr. Robert Zahn every few weeks about the Qned 90 and 99, and I was there last year in the store and actually saw the 99. We did a video on it, and I was very impressed with it. But for many of us, we were waiting for this next version. Why? Well, we thought that the Qned 99 and 90 mini LED was a very good first effort. I was very surprised that LG went in the direction of mini LED, considering their bread and butter is OLED technology. They do have other, they had the nano cell, they have other LEDs, which you can see at the lower and mid tiers. Very surprised they were going in mini LED, but we were very, couldn't wait for it last year, a lot of anticipation. And when we saw it, happy with it. It wasn't perfect. Obviously, no TV is, but I was happy with it from a starting standpoint and couldn't wait to see what they would do this year. Now, the reason I was happy for it is OLED isn't for everyone. Many of you still love OLEDs, but maybe are in a brighter room. Burn-in perhaps is still a fear for you. And some of you just don't like OLED. You still like LED. I'm still an LED guy at heart, and was really looking forward to this. Now, the good news, bad news scenario is, again, the 85 has been upgraded from last year, full array to mini LED. And from what Robert and I were just discussing was perhaps the 90 being a step up. Not really sure the particulars and if it was different processor or different panel, but it is much improved from last year, the 85. Perhaps you would have seen more HDMI 2.1s on the 90. The 85 only has 2. It has all the gaming features that are necessary and that LG is known for, Dolby Vision, things of that nature. Well, couldn't tell you if the 99 was supposed to be brighter or the 90 was supposed to be brighter. I'll know more about that next week as Robert and I get up and meet. And if there's a lot more details, I'll have Robert on camera and we'll do a full video on it. Now, before I speculate, and it will be purely my speculation, not Mr. Robert Zone's, is quickly the good news, bad news scenario. Why it's good news is the 85 is still an excellent value, an excellent choice for many of you that are looking for a mini LED at the higher end or medium to high end from LG. I do feel they consolidated the 90 and the 85, creating that being their new panel. So the good news is that's still there. The bad news is we were expecting a higher end tier as well as an 8K 99. We did have those last year, and as I mentioned, though I like them, I was really looking forward to where they were going to go from there. But if I'm going to speculate, or I should say before I speculate, the reason I wanted the 99 is to have a larger mini LED from LG with all of their gaming features. Now, as much as I love the Z2, which is the successor to the Z9 and the ZX, it's hardly an affordable panel. It has 77 and 88, but I wanted an 8K option from LG that was affordable, that you could still game on. Now that we have the NVIDIA 4090 and even the 3090 Ti, we can game in 8K. The Qned at the 99 and perhaps the 86-inch size, going from 83 on the G2 to an 86-inch. That's a great size. I was looking forward to perhaps purchasing for myself and having, again, a more affordable 8K experience from LG. That is why it's a bummer for me. Speculation, I do feel that the 85 and 90 probably weren't that different from one another. Again, I'll have the details from Robert next week. Perhaps there was some redundancy. They looked at their lineup and said, wait, the 85 is an improvement. It's good enough to stand on its own and something we'll just have out there. Now, for me, towards the end of the TV year, I didn't see a point in them releasing the 99 and the 90 this late in the year. It would be very hard to be competitive releasing now at a competitive sale price while every other manufacturer, including themselves, have dropped the 2022 price lineup way down. Also, you'll be competing with the Hisenses and the TCLs, who released also a few months ago and have already dropped their prices. It would have been a very hard market to drop these prices in at this time of the year, which is why we kept asking about it. And even though Robert is well connected with them, he thought until I got this email today that they were still going to launch. It went from being early October, late October, early November. A lot of you guys have been asking me in the comments. So speculation for me is they folded the 85 and the 90 into one panel, which is why you have the Qned, Qned, it's not Qned, Qned 85 as a standalone. Now, I do feel that perhaps and this is just a guess from me, there were a lot of whispers in the beginning of the year that there wasn't going to be a huge improvement on Qned this year, that perhaps they would have been very similar to last year. So I think simply they didn't change the panels enough, if I'm just guessing, to make it worth relaunching them. Perhaps there's some Qned 90s, saying it again, Qned 90s and 99s from last year that they still have a healthy inventory of. I'm not sure the inventory nationwide for those. They may still be available. I don't know LG's numbers. I do know many manufacturers of not just technology and many other products are really streamlining their manufacturing and streamlining their lineups. We've seen that in the last number of years, where even someone like Sony didn't offer a 55-inch 4K flagship this year. They've been reducing, going into what they offer, realizing, okay, this might be redundant due to their research. This may not do well. LG's bread and butter is their OLED lineup. The C has now become this mid to high, where it's a great value. They have the 42-inch all the way to the 83. That's kind of dominating this year and many other years. They're tried and true, doing it for a very long time. I think they know where their bread is buttered. We also know that there's still a ton of manufacturing issues all over the world happening right now. Many other countries, there's still a huge challenge as far as getting things done, from labor to shortages. There are a lot of problems still out there. I do think they decided to consolidate and streamline their lineup, stay with OLED, and perhaps hit the mini LED market next year with a completely revamped panel. Again, for me, I like the panel very much. I was impressed with it enough, or if I thought if it was a VA, it would have dominated. So I was really excited to see what they would do this year. I do personally think if they did launch it now or in the next few weeks, it is a very hard get. It's very hard for me to say buy this when every other manufacturer has dropped their prices. So I think they were smart to hold back on it and to let their 2022 lineup speak for itself with the 85 and their OLED TVs that they released this year. They had an awesome job with the C2, the G2, and even the B2. All right, guys, let me know what you think. How disappointed are you in this news? Is it something you were waiting for? I know many of you in the comments were waiting for me to review, get my hands on, or show you the 90 or 99. Is this a big deal for you? Will you look at the 85? Will you go back to last year, or will you go into an X95 from Sony or the Qned and the Q95B from Samsung or some others that have mini LEDs? Is this something that you've been waiting for? Are you disappointed? Let me know in the comments. Very special thanks to Mr. Robert Zone of Value Electronics for giving me this news. Please consider making your next AV purchase through Value Electronics. Check the description below for all their information. Tell them that Brian from Brian's Tech Therapy sent you. I'll have Robert on soon. Maybe next week we'll talk about this if I get more details. Let me know what you think in the comments. Big deal? Not a big deal? Let me know. Love you guys. Take care.